What's popping, y'all? Did those delusional Gunna stans crawl back into the caves where they belong? Because for years, these guys were talking about, like, nah, Young Thug mess with Gunna, Young Thug mess with Gunna. We gotta wait to see what King Slime say. And then we got some new developments. So Gunna, he covered up his YSL tattoo. And this was getting posted everywhere. He had a YSL tattoo on his arm. The logo of quote-unquote Young Stoner Life Records. He used to be Young Successful Lifestyle. We really know what it means, originally at least. And then Young Thug actually responded to this in the comment section and said, he said it must end. And this is in reference to the Alford plea that Gunna took, where he talked about, YSL must end, and this was recorded in court. This has been ongoing, though, and Gunna has been trying to maintain his image ever since he got out free, which was a couple of years ago. And his attorney, Steve Sado, said that Gunna did not cooperate and did nothing and said nothing to jeopardize Thug's case. Gunna himself had released a statement that said, I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. And he didn't end up testifying or being brought forth as a witness or anything. But since then, he kind of alluded to the fact that he was still repping YSL. He messed with YSL. But it was odd because Young Thug was trying to drop the same day as him when he dropped Business is Business. And that didn't work out too hot because it ended up dropping a week after. So it dropped June 23rd, and Gunna's A Gift and a Curse was dropped June 16th. Gunna's A Gift and a Curse sold around $85K, so he did outsell him. I think Business is Business did around $89, $90K. However, we know which album lasted longer, which one had more hits. Like, Gunna had F You Mean and Bread and Butter. So that didn't really work out too well. And then that really kick-started Gunna's momentum, or motion, as the Young Bucks call it, for the upcoming years. And at this point in time, Gunna was succeeding. He was still trying to make it cool, like he was messing with YSL, and people just kind of ignored it until 2025, about a month ago. So Young Stoner Life, the record label, the IG page, they deleted all traces of Gunna from their IG account, and they unfollowed him. So fans started thinking that this was going to be a split between the two. And this was like Young Thug putting out there that he doesn't mess with this guy. And funny enough, some people are still saying, no, it's just restructuring this and that. Because there were internal things going on with the shifting of the record label, like Atlantic, Warner, 300, YSL, all this other mumbo jumbo that most of you don't really care about, and it doesn't really serve its purpose for this video, and we'll actually get into the clip in a little bit that ties it in. So at this point, Young Thug still didn't really say anything, but Young Thug really can't say too much. And then a year ago, we got this voice note or a voice message that was leaked by academics, which I'm going to play you guys right now.
They were trying to get him off of YSL. The conversation, and I had these conversations with people that worked with the new regime over at 300/Atlantic, and they said, yo, what's probably going to happen is that his contract is going to get moved. So he won't be YSL. But no, in the history of time, we don't care what you do. Like, not to make this a joke or nothing, but even if you're fucking kids, they're not letting you go. You get what I'm saying? Like, the music industry isn't like, no, they're going to be like, they'll optically take you off the label, but they're never going to say, we don't want percentage points on money you make. So it was said that Gunna's contracts, or not his contract, but his music was supposed to be dealt with by another label, while Thug and YSL still would get the profits. And eventually that YSL label would have gotten removed from Gunna's music. But Thug is still making money. Here's the problem. When Gunna got out, Gunna started doing this fake shit. Gunna was acting like he's cool with Thug. Now, that was the only problem. By the way, that was a really good move. Thug told everybody with 2 years, He told every Atlanta rapper, I don't fuck with this fuck nigga. The fans were thinking, yo, he's shouting out Thug. Because, you know, Gunna dropped this really hot album and he's shouting Thug out. Thug was never going to fuck with him. Thug don't fuck with him. So what happened is they didn't do anything with the label situation then. But I was always told they're going to get Gunna off of YSL.
The funny part is people like called out academics and were trying to say that this is AI, this is fake. They didn't want to believe it's real. Like the fact that he would post a fake AI and it was an exclusive, he didn't do that. But now come to find out, this was hitting up all of these different Atlanta rappers like Lil Baby, like who else? I think 21. 21 seems to have just distanced himself from this whole situation, like Dirk. And Dirk and Lil Baby are two people that do not mess with Gunna. They stopped messing with Gunna, and they made it clear that they don't mess with Gunna. And even when Young Thug got out, he said whatever Wham says goes in reference to Lil Baby, and Lil Baby not messing with Gunna. Now, that's not too great for Lil Baby's career because Lil Baby's last album, Wham, what Lil Baby song has been in rotation this year at all? He hasn't had a hit. So that didn't like perform too well. I thought the album was okay. I didn't know what more people want from Lil Baby. I think they just got fatigued. I think people had enough of Lil Baby. That's just what it is. So we come to find out that this was real. And now Young Thug's free. So people are like, well, you know, now Young Thug might have something else to say. Well, no, that's not the case. So Gunna, he's not technically on he's not visually on YSL anymore, but technically he still is. And academics goes into the context of not only this audio that he got, but also what's happening behind the scenes, that his sources are clearly the people that are doing business with these people, that are handling like, okay, where's this song going to be released? Not only who's going to be on the song, but who's going to take the money from the proceeds of this, because Young Thug is still getting paid off of Gunna. So I'm going to run you guys that clip right now.
Hey, Dirk, I know I want you on. I'm dropping this this surprise album on the same day Buddy dropped his album. That shit coming up soon. I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to what that nigga saying or something, man, don't do it. Drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that fuck nigga dropped it. Send your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Send your verse in.
Academics music.
I love you, bro.
Academics music.
Hey, Dirk, I know
Academics music.
I want you on. I'm dropping this this surprise album on the same day Buddy dropped his album. That shit coming up soon. I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to what that nigga saying or something, man, don't do it. Drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that fuck nigga dropped it. Send your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Send your verse in.
Academics music.
I love you, bro.
So that paints a perfect picture of the entire situation. And for some people that may have the question like, yo, why wasn't he just upfront about it? Why didn't he just say he wasn't messing with Gunna? Well, you got to think, he's got to be quiet. He was facing that case the whole time. So they could have called it intimidation, trying to threaten a potential witness, whatever it may be. Same thing that happened with YSL Woody or however the hell that's pronounced. And I think this is a good move by Thug. It's a principled move. Some people are still, I don't even know how you can still question, especially with his most recent response. And the fact that he's giving a response at all just goes to show you that he's really, really trying to let everybody know, I do not mess with this guy. But I also am willing to say that I think this is promo, because Young Thug music, right? Gunna music. If we look at the past 2 to 3 years, Gunna's been scorching hot. Like, Gunna hasn't dropped anything bad. And if you guys remember, if you guys have been here for many, many, many years, I was not too fond of Gunna early on. I think it was like Drip or Drown. I forgot when it was that I really started messing with Gunna's music, but I will say, like, post, I think it was Wanna, that album, I really, really enjoyed that. And then after that, I started enjoying Gunna a lot more. But when you think about the music that Gunna's dropped, we're more favorable towards that right now. I have seen inklings of hate of Gunna, and I kind of trying to dismiss his music as of late. But there is no doubting the consistency and the resilience to be able to do this without many features at all. Now, Offset did work with Gunna. I don't know how that's going to sit with Young Thug, because they used to be cool, Offset and Young Thug. Same thing with Quavo. Quavo and Thug are really close, but Quavo didn't do anything with Gunna. Young Thug was supposed to drop an album in April. You guys remember that? When he was going to be free, and he was like, yo, y'all are going to have to beg me to drop this album. Then he said he was going to drop it in April, and he's been out since October. So it's been, 7 months? And I've done a previous video where I talked about, like, yo, what the hell is Young Thug doing? Like, people are not going to be sitting here salivating for new music from you. They're really not. I don't see anybody talking about, yo, Gunna needs to drop. Like, for example, Playboy Cardi, I Am Music, people were fiending for that to drop. Now, did that album last? Did that album come and go? That's a different conversation that we can get into on another day. I still need to give praise for that album in a separate video, but one step at a time. So Young Thug was supposed to drop in April. It didn't drop. He was supposed to drop in May. It hasn't dropped yet. So he's supposed to drop sometime this summer. And this is the thing. He keeps pushing it back, or his team keeps pushing it back. This is what I'm hearing. And now he's doing all this about, like, Gunna removing the tattoo. I feel like this is planted promotion, and Young Thug is now in the position where he has to chase after Gunna for headlines to get talked about to drop music, which is, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate, but it is a very big full circle moment. And it's great monetarily, because the better Gunna does, the more money that Young Thug makes and will continue to make. But it is kind of sad, because you think about it like, damn, Young Thug was him. And right now, musically, he's musical relevance. I won't say music quality. Musical relevance, he's kind of not. So I'm interested in knowing the actual details behind why the album isn't releasing. Is it creative by Young Thug? Like, he wants to make sure he puts out the best product. And if that's the case, and I definitely co-sign that. I don't know if I want to hear Lil Baby on it, though. People are clowning the features. They're like, oh, wow, he's got 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and Future again. This is like the fifth time. Like, those three people appear on all three albums. And it makes sense, right? Like, you're like, yo, these guys are cool with each other. They work together and they're hot. Of course, they're going to appear on each other's projects. But people are antsy and desperate for something fresh and new. And Young Thug has always been known to deliver that. So it would be cool to see a great album from him. And I think he can deliver. I just hope that he does, because, hey, the clock is ticking. Well, the battery kind of ran out. So you're going to have to put in a new battery with this promotional campaign for people to pay attention to the album when it drops. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.